So the headline hit September 30th, 2025. And it wasn't just, Kidman and Urban split after 19 years. That was shocking enough.
Oh, absolutely. A Hollywood institution, seemingly.
Right. But the real bombshell was realizing this thing, this marriage everyone thought was rock solid, had actually been, well, falling apart in public for months. Painfully so.
Hidden in plain sight, really.
Welcome to Starscope Report. We're Jordan and Jamie, and this is where we break down all the Hollywood drama, the music industry shakeups, the influencer scandals.
Yep. From the red carpet moments to those TikTok controversies that blow up overnight, we get into the stories behind the headlines.
And today, our mission really is to go back and forensically look at the summer of 2025. Because what we were seeing wasn't the real picture.
Not at all. The sources paint a picture of a separation that was already happening. Very much one-sided, kicked off entirely by Urban.
And Kidman was apparently completely blindsided by it. Reports say she was actively, fighting to save the marriage almost until the divorce papers were filed.
Exactly. A really tough situation.
So we're going to walk you through the clues, the actual evidence that points to this. Like the really weird disconnect in their last public photos together.
Mm-hmm. And the anniversary situation. That was telling.
Oh, definitely. And then there's this one moment, this totally unscripted radio interview thing that basically blew the whole cover story.
Yeah, that was quite something.
So pay attention, because when it comes to celebrity splits, the real story, it's usually not in the legal papers. It's in all the little things that happen before that.
Yeah.
The awkward pauses, the missed Instagram posts.
Those micro clues. Okay, where do we start?
Let's ground this whole thing first. The absolute key fact, confirmed by sources, Nicole and Keith started living apart permanently since the beginning of summer 2025.
Right. Not just a temporary thing, not he's on tour, she's filming. This was a permanent physical separation established early summer.
Which is crucial because on the surface, they had the perfect cover story, didn't they?
They really did. An almost airtight professional alibi. She's in London, deep into filming the Practical Magic sequel everyone's excited about.
And he's on his massive High and Alive world tour, constant travel, demanding schedule across the U.S., plausible deniability for being apart.
Exactly. And look, these two are pros at managing distance. They've been a transatlantic power couple for ages. London, Nashville, L.A. It's their normal.
So why was this summer different? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Well, because the distance wasn't just logistics this time. It was a consequence, a result of a decision Urban had apparently already made.
Okay.
And what makes our sources call it unilateral withdrawal is what Keith did next. He didn't just check into a hotel near the tour venues.
So you do.
He got his own place, a separate permanent residence back in Nashville while still married.
Okay, that is different. That's a statement.
It changes the whole narrative, doesn't it? The tour schedule suddenly looks less like a reason for being apart and more like a convenient excuse.
A public-facing reason for moving out of the marital home. Permanently.
Precisely. It signals he's building a future, a separate future. And think about the psychological impact on the spouse left behind, who, according to reports, is still trying to make things work.
Yeah, that's rough. Which brings us to that last public appearance, doesn't it?
It does, because now we know the context. June 20th, 2025, they're at a FIFA Club World Cup match in Nashville. Seems normal, right? Just 5 days before their 19th anniversary.
But knowing he'd already moved out, you have to look at the photos differently.
And the body language experts certainly did. Judy James's analysis is pretty damning. She called their interactions awkward and unusually disconnected.
Which is huge for them. Their whole brand was being all over each other, constantly touching, entwined romantically, as James put it.
Exactly. This was a massive shift from their baseline. James pointed out how Nicole seemed almost stiff, tense, and rigid, like a doll.
Like she was holding herself together.
Maybe. Or performing normalcy. James also said her attempts to lean in or embrace him looked less like genuine affection and more like a challenging, playful dare.
Like she was trying to get some kind of reaction, trying to force the connection.
That's the implication.
Yeah.
And Urban's response, or lack thereof, that's where the unilateral withdrawal really shows.
What did James say about him?
He was unresponsive, leaning back against a railing, apparently seeming to look past Nicole rather than reacting to her, just not engaged. Physically there, but emotionally checked out.
Wow, that's cold.
And then there's the micro-expression James spotted. A tiny thing, but revealing. Urban's tongue briefly poked out.
What does that mean?
In body language terms, it can suggest rejection or maybe inner anxiety, like dealing with the discomfort of the situation, the conflict between his internal reality and the public expectation.
So he's feeling the pressure of keeping up appearances while having already decided to leave.
That seems to be the interpretation. And just think, only a month before May 8th at the ACM Awards, they were doing their usual thing, laughing, touching, totally connected.
So the shift was fast and very visible if you knew what to look for.
Breathtakingly fast. From connected power couple to awkward acquaintances in about a month.
Which sets up the anniversary perfectly, doesn't it? June 25th, 19 years.
And this is where it gets really, really obvious that something's wrong, because the public performance becomes totally unbalanced.
Kidman does her part right.
Yeah.
She posts the traditional anniversary tribute, a lovely black and white photo, caption, "Happy anniversary, baby Keith Urban. Standard procedure for them."
Standard procedure broken because Keith? Nothing. Radio silence on his own feed. No reciprocal post dedicated to her.
That's a huge break-in pattern for a celebrity couple, especially them. Anniversaries are like mandatory public displays of unity.
Absolutely mandatory. His only acknowledgement was a comment on her post. A single red heart emoji. That's it.
Wow. Okay, let's break that down. We're calling it an asymmetrical anniversary. One person performs the expected unity.
Kidman. And if sources are right that she was fighting to save the marriage, her post is like a public plea, right? A strategic move to affirm we're still okay.
While the other person basically refuses to play along at the same level.
Urban. That single heart emoji. It's the bare minimum. It avoids the drama of saying nothing at all. But it's a clear, quiet refusal to project that unified image she was putting out there. It screams detachment.
The withdrawal continues. And you see it later that summer too, right? With her other posts.
Yep. Fast forward to August. Nicole posts one of those summer memories, photo carousels. It's got their daughters, Sunday and Faith. It's got her sister, Antonia.
But no Keith.
Completely absent from this intimate family highlights reel. And remember, after the split was announced, reports identified Antonia as Nicole's main support, her rock, during the whole separation ordeal.
So the picture is building. He's physically gone, emotionally distant, absent from family moments. She's leaning on her sister.
All the pieces fit. But even these clues, clear as they seem now, were kind of subtle. Until one moment that summer just blew everything wide open, unexpectedly.
Ah, yes. The radio interview incident? July 1st. So just 6 days after that awkward anniversary non-exchange.
Exactly. Keith's doing promo, calls into a big Australian morning radio show, Haley and Max in the Morning, via Zoom. Standard stuff.
Until it wasn't. They have this segment, The Wall of Truth.
Which they explicitly warn is for tricky and deeply personal questions, and boy, did they deliver.
Co-host Max Burford just goes for it.
Yeah.
Asks Keith point blank, what does he think, seeing Nicole filming love scenes with beautiful younger men like Zac Efron?
Oof. That's not just tricky, that's loaded. Especially given the context we now suspect. Jealousy, trust, insecurity.
All the raw nerves if a marriage is shaky. So how did Keith react?
He didn't. The line went dead. Instantly. Silence. Total disconnection from the Zoom.
Hung up.
Well, that was the immediate assumption on air. You could hear the hosts were totally stunned. The producer pipes up, speculating, I reckon Keith's team hung up on us. They didn't want us to ask that question.
It sounds like panic. Like an emergency eject button was hit.
It really does. But here's the clincher. The part that tells you this wasn't just a random technical glitch.
The PR response.
The immediate, almost frantic PR damage control. An unnamed source pops up instantly in People magazine with a formal, very firm denial. Quote, Keith did not hang up, period. This is a complete nothing burger.
A complete nothing burger. But why issue such a strong source denial to a major outlet for a dropped Zoom call? That happens all the time.
Exactly. You don't usually scramble the PR jets for a simple technical difficulty. The scale of the denial, the overreaction, totally gave the game away.
It basically confirmed the question hit exactly where it hurt. It wasn't a nothing burger at all. It was a direct hit on a very raw nerve in a marriage that was already falling apart.
Precisely. He couldn't answer it honestly without revealing the state of things, but he couldn't laugh it off convincingly either, so pull the plug. That abrupt silence, initially maybe dismissed, becomes, in hindsight, the loudest signal yet.
It really was like a preview of the final announcement, wasn't
A 3-month unintentional preview, so when you line it all up.
Okay, let's connect those dots. Early summer, physical separation begins. He gets his own place. Late June. Awkward, disconnected body language at the soccer match.
Days later, the asymmetrical anniversary post showing a clear divide in public commitment.
Then, July 1st, the radio interview hang-up. the panic move when a sensitive question is asked.
It forms this undeniable timeline, really. A marriage ending step by step, right there in public, even if we didn't fully piece it together at the time.
And suddenly, other little details that seemed minor before start to make sense too.
Like that report from earlier in the year about Nicole applying for residency in Portugal. And initially, Keith's name wasn't on the application.
Right, that was explained away as just like a scheduling thing.
Yeah.
Logistical hiccup because of work commitments.
But now it looks less like a scheduling conflict and more like, well, planning separate futures. A practical step reflecting divergent paths, even before the official divorce process started.
It's like a logistical filing for separation.
You could almost see it that way. But the final, irrefutable proof comes from the actual divorce papers filed on September 30th.
Because they confirmed this wasn't a sudden decision.
Not at all. The legal documents revealed that crucial agreements, specifically the parenting plans, had been signed weeks earlier. Urban signed his part on August 29th. Kidman signed hers on September 6th.
So, end of August, beginning of September, the core agreements were already locked in. The decision was made, the negotiations were done.
Absolutely. It solidifies the whole interpretation. The public drama of June and July, those were the aftershocks. The structural decision to end the marriage had already happened privately, much earlier.
So what's the takeaway here for us watching all this unfold?
I think in this age of super curated celebrity images where every Instagram post is planned, the real truth often lies in the cracks.
In the moments that don't fit the perfect narrative?
Exactly. The breaks in pattern, the awkward silences, the moments that aren't scripted, like that radio hang-up. Keith Urban's silence on July 1st spoke volumes. It accidentally announced the end long before the official statement.
It's a fascinating, if sad, look behind the curtain. And maybe a final thought to leave people with.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? For celebrities going through this, what's harder? Dealing with the legal split itself, or trying to maintain that perfect public facade while everything is collapsing underneath?
That's a heavy one. You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.